What in the world, Bo? What's going on, man? It's your boy Big Low Country. I hope that everybody out there is doing great today. For everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach that love to sit and talk sports. You could be anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us, and we definitely and greatly appreciate it. First of all, if you're watching the show after we've gone live already, make sure that you put a what in the world, Bo, in the comments. Also, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, that like button, and also share the channel with your friends and family. If you do that for me, I promise you I'll dance at your wedding one day. We are here tonight. We are gathered here tonight. I'm just gonna go out on a limb. We are gathered here tonight to talk about a new era in Atlanta Falcons football. That's right, I said it. We are gathered here tonight to talk about a new era in Atlanta Falcons football. You might say, hey, Coach Lowe, why do you say that? Well, the reason why I say that is because on Saturday, that was something I have never experienced before, ever, as an Atlanta Falcon fan, going to training camp. That was the most lit training camp that I've ever been to. Most lit training camp I've ever been to. Like, there were people still coming in when there was just an hour left in practice. Like, it's looking like we got a new time in Atlanta. But you know what? Before we even start getting into it, first of all, let me show love to everybody that's showing love to me. Real Talk Sports is in here. What in the world, Bo? Hope you're doing good tonight, my family. So I'm ready to hear about camp. Well, look, I'm ready to tell you about it, Bo. Tony Wright's in here. Said, what up, Bo? I heard you were really, really busy at training camp. Yep, Bo. Fooling with old Jack Spade, boy. I'm telling you, boy, he had me. He was acting like I was at Rolling Loud in the mouse pits. You know, that's what Jack be doing, Coach Ronald. He go to Rolling Loud, he be running around in the mouse pits. Who else was up in there? Old Smitty, Out of Your Falcon Mind guy. No, they wasn't there. Pound for Pound was there. Man, it was a lot of folks there. A lot of folks. Willie Dotson here with the Superman chat. He says, is that a Frank Darby sighting, Bo? Bo, Frank Darby. Every time he make a catch, I was yelling at Coach Ronnie. Every time he caught the ball, Frank Darby. That's what I'm talking about. Frank Darby.
Who are you imitating?
I don't know. Some Southern gentleman, I guess. Oh, yes. He's a Southern gentleman. Frank Darby. That's what I'm doing. Sterling Woods is in here. Much love to you. Oh, I forgot Mr. Willie Dot. Thank you so much. He got it kicked off early. That's that. Da-da-da. That's a Superman chat. Much love to you, Coach. Much love to you. Sterling Woods in here. What in the world, Bo? He says, you got your TV fame time. Look, so for everybody that's watching, you can actually go to my Twitter page. If you're watching this now or you're watching later, you can go to my Twitter page at Big Low Country Sports on Twitter. No, it's at Big Low Country. And you can see the video whenever me and Jack Spade were on TV getting the Atlanta Falcons crowd base crunk up. You know, trying to get crunk with old Freddie Falcon. We was out there getting it lit. Everybody, I had so many people hit me up like, hey, I see you on TV, Bo. Bubba Gump's in here. Fort Fantastic, Rise Up. Raymond Elder. J Mall's in here. Dirty Bird Fanatics United's in here. Much love to you, Bo. Yo, Chase was out there. J Mall. See, first of all, that's it. Terry Artist 4 in the building. Much love to you, Bo. Hope you're doing good tonight, fam. Jay Murphy says, what up, beloveds? How y'all beloveds doing and feeling on this Sunday, fun day tonight? Beloveds, hello. What's going on, man? Big Nard's in here. What in the world, Bo? Your boy Deezy's in here. Skylar Thomas is in here. You already know it, man. You already know. So look, let's go ahead and, I'm going to be highlighting y'all while I'm, while we're getting into the topic of conversation. Basically, I just wanted to come in here and let y'all know that whenever I left training camp, I came to training camp like this right here on Saturday, right? I came to training camp like this. By the time I went home, I was like this right here. I was like, hey, Bo, we like to party. Hey, I had a hat turned. Well, I had a bucket hat on. But if I would have had a regular hat on, I would have had the hat turned backwards. Your touch is driving me crazy. I was ready to party, Bo. I was ready to party. The reason why I say that is because that was the most. And the crazy thing is that they really weren't playing, the old school Atlanta music like they used to back in the day. In the early days of Matt Ryan, when they used to play all the, the Jeezys and the Gucci Manes and all that kind of stuff. They wasn't even doing all that. The music was in the background. It was the energy. It was just the energy that we had on Saturday. There were so many people that were coming from all over the place. We had such a good time. Everybody was talking about the season, talking about the expectations. Bijan Robinson was putting on a show. After Saturday, I don't know who to compare Bijan Robinson to. I don't know if I want to compare him to Barry Sanders, Derrick Henry, Walter Payton, Emmitt Smith. It's like you roll all of those guys up in one. Then you got all these other guys out here that are consistently making plays, like the Jonnu Smiths. You got the Mac Hollinses. You got Drake London. You got Clark Phillips. Goodness gracious. You got Desmond Ridder. Desmond Ridder won on Saturday, Bo. Y'all remember I came on here on Thursday. I said, hey, the defense won. Saturday, the offense won. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. This is looking like this is going to be a balanced team. And once again, like I said, it's not the reason why everybody was so lit on Saturday. It wasn't because of the entertainment that the media team provided from the Atlanta Falcons. It was the energy that the Atlanta Falcons fan base brought to Flowery Branch. It was the same kind of energy. And shouts out to Joy, because every time I talk to Joy, whenever I'm standing foot in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, she said, man, this thing ain't jumping like the Dome used to. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, it was the same kind of energy that they had in the Dome. It was the same kind of energy that they had in the Dome. If I'm lying, I'm flying. And ain't no wings on my back, Bo. It was the same kind of energy that
I wonder if the audience knows what that means.
What?
Like that energy that used to be in the Dome, if any of them ever experienced that. Because that was different.
Man, I'm finna tell y'all something, Bo. In the Georgia Dome, if you never had a chance to go to the Georgia Dome back whenever that, everybody used to say that the Dome is rocking. And whenever I say the Dome was rocking, like when that thing legit got crunk, when we went to the last home game, the Dome was legit shaking. When Matt Ryan ran into the end zone, no, scratch that. When Russell Wilson whenever we got that safety on Russell Wilson,
yeah,
everybody grabbed me from every direction because I was the biggest one there. And I felt the whole Dome shake, and I was legit worried that the place was going to implode because I was like, everybody jumping up and down, throwing A's up and everything. That was the same kind of energy that they had out there on Saturday, Coach Ronnie. It's like, you had random people just yelling, ATL, ATL. It's a kid show. I ain't finna go to ATL, yo. I ain't finna say what they were saying because it's a kid show. We got the kids watching. But look, man. It was that same kind of energy that they used to have back. Look, I'm going to go ahead and ask the chat. If you experienced that Dome energy, put a 1 in the chat. If you ain't never had a chance to experience it, and you're hoping that we can have that same kind of energy in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know if y'all understand where I'm coming from. Also, we got another Superman chat. Coach Padre says, hey, Coach, since you've been around the world and all.
No. Been around the world and I.
Okay. Since you've been around the world and is this the old school one or is this the Mason?
The old school
okay.
One.
Okay.
The old school one. No question.
Okay, I was just wondering. And on TV, what's gonna change first? Your address or your zip code? Hello, I hang up and listen. What in the world? Ain't nothing changing here, Bo. NFL Network ain't sending me and Jack no check, so we it's still the same. I'm going to work tomorrow. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman check. And so one time talking about you a TV star. What's everybody? Talking about you a TV star. Cortez shirt. What's going on, Coach? Hope you doing good, man. Tony Rice says, Low, I heard that there were a lot of content creators there. but you were the only one that had a line of people in front of you as you were giving out autographs. What am I supposed to say to that, Coach? Right? What am I supposed to say to that?
Well, a lot of y'all were out there. It seemed like the Falcons fans were really excited to see some local Atlanta Falcons content creators.
They were excited to see the content creators out there showing up and showing out. Fans showed a lot of they showed a lot of love. They showed a lot of love. I told Coach Ronan whenever I got back, and for the folks who we did sign autographs for, I apologize because I never practiced giving an autograph. If you see me again, I'll give you a better one. I'm sorry.
If you still want it.
If you still want it, I'm sorry.
If you don't.
It's like I would do it. I was like, this just feels kind of, and it just kept going. I was like, then I started and went up underneath. I was like, oh, this is getting worse. This is getting worse. But look, man. Tony Wright, I don't know what we're going to do with you, man. I don't know what we're going to do with you. But yeah, man, everybody showed a lot of love. Tony Wright says, Lo, I always knew you were a celebrity hanging with Julio. And I see, now you talk about yourself. Connor Martelli is in here. He says, I'm ready for these boys to put the pads on tomorrow. So if anybody doesn't know this, shouts out to you, Ayon. If anybody doesn't know this, the Atlanta Falcons are going to be putting the pads on tomorrow. So, now we're actually going to see what this offense and defensive line got going on. A few things that we have to keep in mind. Training camp, one of the biggest things that we want to walk away from training camp with is not, knowing how great Clark Phillips is or, how much of a beast Bijan Robinson is going to be or if this guy's going to be a liability in coverage. No, the things that we want to know is how healthy this team is going to be. So I don't know if y'all seen this, but Matt Hennessy, he actually went down on Friday. So that's one big thing that I'm really wanting to know as far as like what we got going on to see if he has like a long-term injury. Molly Mall's in here. He just put cap. Like what's Molly Mall hating on, Coach Ronnie? Like what? He just coming here with hate in his heart. Judy's in here, says good evening everyone. It looked like camp was popping. Oh my goodness. So if you ever been out there to Flowery Branch, the line went all the way to the red light. So I don't know if y'all know, but that red light, it's like quarter mile, close to a half mile down the road. Like the line went, and that's whenever we were all sitting down chilling and practice had started. I don't know if anybody seen the aerial shot.
Yeah.
You seen the aerial shot?
There were people all in the parking lot.
There were people all in the parking lot.
Down the street.
And the hill was full.
The hill was full, yeah.
Man.
The hill where everybody sits.
That's why I get there when the chickens still had sleep in their eyes. That's I was on the Falcons TikTok too. I was on the Falcons TikTok. They said, hey, Big Lo, what time did you get to practice this morning? I said, I got here when the chickens still had sleep in their eyes. Oh, Terry Artist 404 says everybody's excited because we got something to be excited about. Well, doggone, boy, that's good. Ooh, dang, Terry Artist.
You're right.
That we got something.
Right.
Can we got something to be excited about? Padre says, can we talk about Coach's church for? Wait a minute, what is that Coach right? It clean, ain't it? Coach Ray can't stand my Coach's shirt because I'll be walking around like, yeah, you know who the coach is. It's your turn to clean the dishes today. Because you know who then I end up cleaning the dishes.
So you coach dishes?
I
is
coach.
that what you coach?
I coach, making sure.
Dishes.
I just make sure everybody do everything they need to do.
All right.
So Coach Ronan, D. Lawton, Regina, they all put one in the chat. Fort Fanatic, your boy Deezy, Coach Christie, Real Talk Sports, they all said one. They experienced that dome electricity. Ayon, he says he never felt it before. Well, hopefully we'll be bringing it back into Benz. About whatever, he says one. He says I played for State. Okay, you played for Georgia State. Okay, yeah, so you really felt it then. You was down there on the field. JBM says he ain't never experienced, man, boy, I'm telling you, JBM, man, that dome was something serious, bro. Like you might not heard the term dome field advantage, but that was legit a thing. And like I said, the phrase was, if we could get the dome rocking, and we used to legit get that dome rocking, and that's the same kind of energy that we felt on Saturday. Molly Mall, he says one, but he also puts cap. Like what in the world?
So he's been in the dome?
Yeah, I guess he's been, because he a Falcons fan. Skylar, he says one.
Whoa, fighting word.
Oh man, Bubba Gump says one. Dre, he says he ain't never experienced it. J Mall says he said I never been to Atlanta at all yet. Okay,
Oh, wow.
okay. Terry Arts 404, he born and raised in Atlanta. He said he's experienced that thing, man. He's experienced it. Fierce ATL lady says, what's going on? What's going on, Fierce ATL lady? Much love to you. Mama Mom says, the Saints are going to treat the Falcons like Errol Spence Jr. last. Come on, man. See, let me tell you something, Bo. You need to get that hate out your heart. Look, at the end of the day, whenever we're out, look, I've already put in an order. I called FedEx because, my homeboy, he's a bigwig at FedEx. I said, hey, do you think you could send a washing machine and a dryer down past the Pontchartrain, the Lake Pontchartrain? I need to get down past there, down to the Caesars Superdome. The place where they say pizza every time they get a first down. I need you to ship a washing machine and dryer down there for me, and I need you to put them close together.
As close as you can
get them. So whenever we go down there to New Orleans, we can kick them Saints in between the washing machine and the dryer. Every time they get a first down, pizza. That's every time. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Much love, Molly Mall. I had to get you because Big Q them they were hating hard the other night, boy. So I had to get on Molly Mall. Jared Taylor, he says, good evening, Falcons fans. Commodores fan here. Okay. I mean Commanders. Doggone. It got to the point that I automatically say Commanders fan. My bad.
And Jared Taylor actually said he just subbed to you.
Oh, appreciate that, Jared. Much love to you, Bo. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much. Y'all make sure y'all welcome Jared to the coaching staff. Also, Keith is in here. Much love to you, Keith. Look at here. Brandon's in here. He done brought the scissors. Brandon Levy done brought the scissors. He said it's time to cut it. Now look at here. So I've been telling y'all. So let's because we spent the first few minutes talking about the energy at Mercedes-Benz at training camp at Flowery Branch. The question is, why was the energy so electric? Well, number one, we went out and we got a lot of new talent. And with that new talent that we got, it's not just on the field. You got talented coaches. You have the Ryan Nielsen's. For example, I'm going to tell y'all something. Just something that I seen as a coach that a lot of other people may not have even took notice to. Like I said, the offense was winning on Saturday, right? Now this is something that's indicative and that shows exactly how seriously this offense and defensive coordinator are taking their jobs. Bijan Robinson didn't let a ball touch the ground on Saturday. Bijan Robinson was catching passes all over the place. They went into 11 on 11s. Bijan Robinson was still catching passes. Desmond Ridder was sharp as a tack. I told Jack, Bijan Robinson went out a couple of times. They started bracketing Bijan Robinson. Safety and linebacker were bracketing them. One was high, one was low. I was like, oh, so this is what we're doing. This is training camp. Another thing they did, A.J. Terrell was on Bijan Robinson. They put him in motion, A.J. Terrell followed him. That's huge. That's not only telling me that Bijan Robinson is legit that guy, but it's also telling me that these coaches and this team, their respective sides, want to win in practice. So, you got to love it. The kids are, hey, shouts out to the kid, man. I actually seen the kid over the weekend, man. Yeah, man, Saturday was crazy. Jared Taylor says we went from having 1,000 fans to 10,000 fans. Hey man, it was ridiculous, man. Padre says, Coach, so since now you're internationally known and locally respected, will you now be going by your government name, Lotrell, instead of Lo? Hello? What, Lotrell? What in the world, Bo? Lotrell? Da, da, da. That's a Superman. Padre is a fool, boy. I don't know where he gets this stuff from. He is a fool. Terry Arts in here says Big Lo's a superstar now. You know. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm just trying to make it. Boy, Rydell said he been up in the dome. He said he been up in the dome. Yes. I coach laundry too. Coach Ronan can tell you I'm very particular about the laundry. She will definitely tell you that. Heidi's in here says, what in the world, Bo? Got some chicken wings on the grill. Cat orange. Okay, then, Heidi, ain't nothing wrong with that. You got the chicken wings on the grill. You can't beat that. Rydell says in the dome, if we win it by halftime, we win it. Yes. Yes, 1,000 times yes. Back then, if we win it at halftime, that game over. That game over with. OG Greer's in here. Says, who's looking the best at that nickel corner spot? You know what? I'm finna tell you. It looks like they want D. Alford because to play that nickel, that starting nickel spot, because every time they come out and practice on that first team, D. Alford's out there. But Clark Phillips has caught a touchdown. He's caught an interception in every practice. Every practice that they had, Clark Phillips got a pick. On Saturday, it was a pick six because it was on the out route. So if you ask me, in my humble opinion, Clark Phillips is the guy at that slot corner position. Hopeful says, pizza. Bo, I need your autograph. Rise up. That's why I'm going to put up an autograph. Like Big Low Country. Pizza. Da-da-da. That's a Superman chant. That's what they do. Everything you can ask Jerry. Every time they get a first down. They're like, pizza, baby. That's what they say.
Sit down, pizza.
Jerry says, Big Q got you good, Big Low. You the man. What in the world, Bo? Hey, y'all know it's all love for the Saints fans, man. Brandon Levy says, what the boys look like now? What you see? Dun-da-da. That's a Superman chant. So the first 2 days that we went out there, Brandon, it was basically one of those cases where the defense were winning. Desmond Ridder, the deep accuracy for Desmond Ridder, it just wasn't there. Excuse me. Now, on Saturday, Desmond was looking pretty sharp. He only had one bad throw. He was throwing the ball all over the field. I mean, everybody got passes, and it looked so good that it was one of those situations where he was making the receivers look better. Mac Hollins, Jonnu Smith, Slade, the guy from Alabama, Scotty Miller, Drake London was doing Drake London type things, but Bijan Robinson was the star on Saturday, and he continues to, it's getting to the point where it's like whenever we watch him play, it's like he'll make a move, everybody, I'm like, come on, he just juked, y'all. But they're like, but did you see how he juked, though? Did you see? I'm like, come on, y'all, he just juked somebody. They're like, no.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're like, I'm like, come on, y'all.
He was supposed to go left, but he went right.
But then I be sitting there, like, man, that was pretty good. I be like, he would have got me. That's why I said that thing. I was like, man, I'm glad I'm not out there. Mike Zeke says, he spelled out Eagles. I'm not going to make the chant for him. I can't do it. He says, Eagles. Eagles. What in the world, Bo? See, I can't do it, Mike. Da-da-da. That's a Superman chant. But look, if you're excited about this new energy that the Atlanta Falcons do have, and you need a way to express it, you didn't get a chance to get out there at training camp on Saturday, or you did, and you still feel the energy like I do, you know how you can express it? by hitting that like button. If you hit that like button for me, I promise you I'll dance at your wedding one day. Juan Solo is in here. He says top 5 or top 10 defense. You know what, Juan? Whenever you get a chance, I want you to go and check out a video that I put out about 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago, talk about Ryan Nielsen and his defense, and you'll see what my prediction is on that defense. And what makes it so bad, I'll explain it to you in full detail, what I think this defense is going to be at and why I think this defense is going to be there. And you'll be surprised. Jerry says, absolutely, Molly Mall. I love the southern drawl. He's real down to earth. Much love to you, man. I hope that you talk about me. Jerry says, my Commanders are going to have a top 5 defense. Hey, you never know. You never know. But, I mean, the question is, what's that offense going to do for those Commanders?
But they had a similar training camp turnout, though, too.
They did.
Where it's more support. People are excited.
They did, because they showed, like, their training camp before. Mm-hmm. And now, I'm like, man, was that Photoshop? Like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on, Wallace? Wallace Smith's in the building. Much love to Wallace Smith. Brandon Levy says, good point, Coach. I appreciate that. Brandon Levy says, Bijan being covered by the best cover guy on the team. Yes. So I don't know if y'all heard me talking about it. Bijan Robinson. Like I said, you can tell Ryan Nielsen didn't want to lose the day. And they started bracketing Bijan Robinson. They had that safety over the top, linebacker underneath, and they were trying to force him to that sideline. Then, after they did that a couple of times, then they put A.J. Terrell on him. I was like, okay, all right. I don't know if it's a situation where A.J. is like, hey, I want a piece of the pie. Let me get a piece of this young Thundercat. Or if it was like, nah, we ain't going out like this. He's making us look too bad. But Bijan Robinson, I mean, whenever he runs it, he's looking explosive. Like I said, everybody, oh, you see what he did? I like, yo, he's in the open field. I think it got to the point where I think he was just doing that in the open field just to hear people react. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, be like, oh, because I'm gonna be honest, it was a bunch of oohs and ahs. It was like being at Rucker Park during the and 1 era. And hot sauce is on the court. It's like, ooh, like, okay, all right, y'all calm down. JJ the Great's in here. JJ says, Big Low, what in the world, Bo? Says, it's been a minute. I missed the last couple streams. Hey, see, that's the beautiful thing about it. You can always go back and watch it. So, make sure that you go back and check us out, man. And also hit that like button. Yes, Desmond Ridder did look sharp on Saturday. But once again, it's like there were some sacks. There were some sacks that did go down. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think Desmond Ridder, yes, he did take a sack. But Taylor Heineke, he had a pretty rough day on Saturday. But the thing is that what I'm so excited about when it comes to this defense is that the defensive line is looking really good and they're not having contact. So that's showing me that they're getting past those offensive linemen with just footwork and handwork, which is, once again, if you go back and watch that video that we made about Ryan Nielsen and this Atlanta Falcons defense, you'll see that it's one of those situations where that's very, very important, and that's how you can really take that defensive line to the next level. Look, it's good being big and strong, like Coach Big Low Country. Boy, them biceps looking pretty good there. But anyway, it's good being big. I'll just check it out one more time. It's good being big and strong like Coach Big Low Country. But if you don't got that handwork or that footwork, it don't make no difference. You can't bull rush every time. I.e., Tack McKinley. Where is he at now?
Where is he?
That's what I'm saying. He's out there selling cars. I mean, he might be playing for the Pontchartrain Crawdads. Ain't no telling. Burgott says, I was watching a random YouTube video on the Falcons and saw Coach Lowe in the video on TV. And I yelled, what in the world, Bo, as soon as I saw you. I appreciate that, man. Walter Mathis says, who you think could get double-digit touchdowns since we haven't had a player since 2012? Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson. All day. What's up, baby?
Nothing. I was just listening to you thinking about how we were talking about the running back position. I was being phased out, and now we got a running back coming up that people are really expecting to do big things. So I wonder what that means.
Hey, I mean, but see, the thing is that you got to think about where Bijan Robinson was drafted at. He was drafted top 5.
Yeah.
So he's making a lot more money than, you know what I'm saying, most everybody.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's good.
I know Jamal D asked what your opinion was about Jonathan Taylor.
We'll
talk about that later.
Yeah, definitely. The Dixon Ways in here says, nice seeing you at the Falcons training camp, Big Low Country, and getting on the stream with us. Definitely, man. Shouts out to Larry, Coach Larry, man. We always have a good time chopping it up with them, man. But to answer your question, though, Coach Ronnie, you know, what I think about that whole Jonathan Taylor situation and the running backs, it's tough because it's like, what hill do they have to stand on kind of thing? Because the NFL, they're basically in a situation where it's like, okay, well, look, most OCs like to go running back by committee now. And that running back position is like, okay, yes, you're Jonathan Taylor, and you had a really, really good season a couple of years ago. You led the league in rushing. But I could draft somebody else who's not as good as you, but can have production, you know, that might not be as good, but could be close to comparable. So it's like, why should I pay you an extra $8 million whenever I can just get a young Thundercat and pay him a whole lot less until that contract comes up, and then I can just go ahead and flip it back. Exactly. Wash, rinse, and repeat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's one of those situations where it's like, unless these running backs all band together and, you know, say, hey, we're fed up and we're not going to take it anymore. What movie was that from? But unless they could say we're fed up and we're not going to take it anymore, and don't pull a Saquon Barkley, they'll be okay.
Oh my God.
That was shady, wasn't it? That was shady. Yeah, okay, yeah. They're not pull a Saquon Barkley, then they okay. You know, Hal Poole in here says section 118, we rising up. Hey man, the Ben gonna be crazy this year. Shouts out to my homeboy Ravage. I seen him a little bit earlier at Margaritaville. He had a tub full of margarita. I was like, hey Bo, calm down. He was drinking it through the mask. He had a straw going through the mask, just drinking it. I was like, Bo, calm down, Bo.
A straw through the mask?
He had a straw through the mask. He got a Black Panther mask.
Oh,
I was like, calm down, Bo. You ain't getting no ice cream. That's what my daddy used to call it. Man, I get one of them ice cream headaches. You know, you drink stuff too fast. Yeah. You know, it's brain freeze, but he used to call it ice cream headache. He'd be like, breathe heavy, son, whenever I got one. He like, breathe heavy. I don't know what that was supposed to do.
Did it help?
No, it didn't help. So it gets to the point I'm sitting here looking crazy. Then I learned later on in life that, you know, you put the 2 thumbs at the top of your mouth to kind of help warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're like, just breathe heavy, son. Smitty's in here. Much love to my homeboy Smitty. Says, tell GM Coach Ronnie I'm disappointed that she didn't come out to snap photos and join in the laughs.
It was hot.
Dang. It's like everybody at training camp was asking, they're like, where Coach Ronnie at? I was like, look, man, you got to understand, Coach Ronnie, she was a coach's wife. So she would sit out there in the heat many a days just watching practices. And she was like, those days are over with.
They're done.
They're
done.
So she was like, yeah, I'm good. I
went when it was in the dome, the bins. I was there in the AC. I'm not sitting in 90-degree heat. I'll rise up from the house.
So I told everybody, like, yeah, you ain't gonna see Coach Ronnie out here in the heat. Them days gone. They over with. Connor says, Coach, there was a rumor floating around Saturday that you was joining the Fuzzy Lip crew with Troy and Smith and Ryan Nilsson. The Fuzzy Lip crew. Hey, I don't know. You know, I talked to Coach Smith about that. You know, whenever he was over the top of 929 a game, and he would act like he didn't want me to join the squad. I was like, oh, okay. You gotta be a special member of the Fuzzy Lip crew. Okay, I hear you. Dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat. Much love to you, man. Much love to you, Connor. But yeah. Coach Ronnie said make sure that you hit that like button. She said if you hit that like button, she'll make sure that she washes dishes for the rest of the week. So y'all make sure that you hit that like button so old Coach Lowe don't gotta wash no dishes. I would greatly and definitely appreciate that if you could do that for us. Moppy's in here. He says, Coach Lowe, he said, I see you My boy, all over ATL Sports Meet. Hey, man. Hey, that's what happened when you chill out with Jack Spade. He the VIP. I was chilling out with Jack Spade and Smitty, and they got me in all the cuts and crevices. I said, hey, bro, I appreciate y'all for taking care of old country, boy. I seen somebody in the chat mention Eddie Goldman, Coach Ronnie. Since we talk about training camp. Since we talking about training camp.
Oh my God.
Somebody mentioned Eddie Goldman. So they said, buddy, retiring again. What in the world? And so, granted, it's like we were just talking at an event earlier, and somebody said that he's going through some personal issues. So it's one of those situations where it's like, if that's the case, I definitely hope that he kind of gets everything taken care of. Football should be the last thing on his mind if he's going through those personal issues. But if it's a situation where he just doesn't want to play anymore, like, he needs to just shut it down, bro. Like, sometimes it's time to move on, Sometimes it's just that time. Archangel's in here. Shouts out to my homeboy Archangel. Coach Ronnie, let me tell you about Archangel.
Okay.
So, I never seen somebody get naked so fast. Jeff Okudah is his favorite player because they're birthday twins. And, I seen him on Thursday. We sit beside each other at training camp. He was like, man, you can tell whenever somebody just want to explain something to you and they trying to figure out how to explain it. Mm-hmm. So he was like, hey, Coach Lowe, like, who's your player that, you? I was like, what you mean, Coach? Like, so who's your player who just gets you going? Like, whenever you make a play, you're like, yes, that's my favorite player. I was like, man, I really like Kyle Pitts. Because I feel like he didn't get the opportunity. So whenever he did make a play, like, yes, that's my guy. He gets me going. Yeah. And see, I was selfish because I didn't ask him who his player was, and I noticed that. Mm-hmm. So he presented it to me, So we were sitting there. I'll eat my sunflower seeds, Well, let me tell you who my player is.
I mean, you're not gonna ask, but let me tell you.
All right, he's like, let me tell you who my player is. He's like, oh, Jeff Okudah. Jeff Okudah, man, that's my dog. So he ended up getting this autograph yesterday. Okay. So yeah, that was I ain't never seen nobody get naked. So it was like he was in a Magic City competition. Who could who get naked the fastest?
You don't know if he was looking for autographs or dollar bills?
I ain't know. Guess who else I seen on Saturday?
Who?
ATLGA Faithful.
Okay.
D. Douglas Clark.
Everybody showed out.
It was popping. Yeah. It was popping. And I'm sure I'm forgetting names because it's like people keep coming up. I be like, oh man, I forgot about such. It's like ATL, and I met his sons. So his youngest son plays cornerback. Okay. And I was talking trash to him. I said, you think you can guard me? He was like, well, I see your 40. I was like, you should be scared then.
I saw your 40. He's like, I can take it.
Yeah, he's like, well, I see your 40. I like, hamstring good now. Don't let that fool you. Oh, man.
Christy Lewis said that Eddie Goldman must have come back because he needed insurance or something.
Hey, man, I just, I'm trying to get that Ozempic, They cut out 90% of it, they pay for 90% of it. Oh, shoot, you already know. Shouts out to my homeboy Archangel, man. It's love, my brother. It's love. So, Coach Padre, he asked me who was my breakout player. He asked me who's my breakout player after watching training camp so far. I've been telling y'all, the beautiful thing is that there's going to be multiple breakout players, in my opinion. I feel like Troy Anderson. I know that, it's getting to the point where Bijan Robinson is embarrassing this man. It's starting to become like clockwork. Every day, Bijan Robinson embarrasses him. But I feel like it's one of those cases where it's looking like it don't matter who Bijan's going up against. As far as that linebacker position, he's going to eat. I feel like Troy Anderson's gonna have a really, really good year, especially playing next to Caden Ellis. Another breakout candidate that I can see is Jonnu Smith. I feel like he could have production close to what he had in Tennessee. Mac Hollins is looking like, Mac Hollins looks bigger than Kyle Pitts. He looks bigger than Drake London. Matthew Bergeron, like he's moving around very, very well. And it's one of those situations where, if Matt Hennessy doesn't come back and they get in these pads and Bergeron is moving people around, it could legit be ugly. I see a few breakout candidates. I'm still standing on this hill. Desmond Ridder. I'm still standing on it. I feel like he could be a breakout candidate. I was talking to Jack Spade and Art Angel today in Margaritaville. They said, "Hey, Coach, Desmond Ridder over or under 2,600 yards." I put in my calculator because y'all know I'm an insurance guy. I said, "Look, he only has to throw 176 yards a game to get 3,000 yards." Over. I'm saying over 3,000 yards for Desmond Ridder this year.
What?
Yes. What's wrong with that?
Wow.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? I can definitely see it happen.
Anybody else? He's trash. We need a quarterback. We don't have anybody to throw the ball on the team. So, you saying that's like, okay, you think completely differently from the national media.
I guess so. Well, I tell you, let's see if I think completely differently from the rest of the coaching staff. Do y'all see Desmond really throwing over 3,000 yards this year? If you do see him throwing over 3,000 yards, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where, he ain't going to get there, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all think. I just feel like with all of these weapons, Bijan Robinson looks like he could get 1,000 yards receiving himself. Then you got Drake London. You got, your Kyle Pittses. You got your Desmond Ridders. Scotty Millers, Mac Hollins. You got all of these young Thundercats. Shouts out to my homeboy Frank Darby. We don't know if he's gonna make the team or not, but Frank Darby, you got all these guys out here who could do some amazing things. I just don't see. I feel like if he throws less than 2,600 yards, something needs to change because you're not going to win in the NFL. Throwing less than 2,600 yards, not making deep playoff runs because the defenses aren't going to respect you. Solo says, Bigelow, please tell me how much of life Frank Darby is.
I guess maybe he's just asking about like if he's full of life.
Oh my God, boy!
Energy.
Frank Darby is like a party on 2 legs. It's like, of course, Jack Spade. Hey, Frank the Tank! Frank the Tank! He's like, oh, what's up, man? He came over there. Frank Darby was over there talking to us like he's known us all of our lives. Real cool people, came over there, took the picture with us. Yeah,
It's on the thumbnail.
It's on the thumbnail. Coach Ronnie put the thumbnail together. But Frank Darby is legit. He's just good. I can see why they haven't cut him yet. Because he's just such a good guy. It's like, I can see Arthur Smith right now being like, all right, we got these last 2 cuts. Frank, man. I want to invite him to my son's birthday party next week. Cut the other guy.
So Frank Darby's on the team because of vibes?
Yeah, the vibes.
That's it.
I feel like
that's a lot of it.
I feel like it's a lot of it.
The vibe.
It's the vibe. It's a vibe. I feel like it's a vibe. I feel like it's a vibe. Smitty said there was a Felipe Frank signing, and Uncle Steve, I think he was off in New Orleans. They said he just got naked in New Orleans. Felipe Frank's caught a pass. Uncle Steve just Bourbon Street. Ooh, everything just fell off. Like, oh, I got a shiver in my back. Grace says, Coach, I asked Minnie and Berto this, and now I want to ask you, who is the surprise roster mate or surprise cut realistically? Ooh. Man, dun-dun-dun. That's a Superman chat. Man, so as far as surprise roster mate, I'm going to say Slade Bolden. Slade Bolden made a lot of really, really big catches and he runs some very, very crisp routes. Now the surprise roster cut. Man. So we was talking to everybody, bro. We were talking to the scout. Like the college scout. I don't think I told you this, Coach Ron. And he was like, hey, the guys over here, they on the bubble. Guys over here, they good. I ain't gonna tell you where.
Who was where?
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you who where. I ain't gonna tell you at what point in practice. But he was like, the guys over here are good. Man, surprise cut. Before Eddie Goldman, before he just decided to retire, I would have said Eddie Goldman. Just because, I mean, we don't know what kind of shape he's coming in here with and everything. Man, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm going to say Frank Darby.
You think he gonna cut?
I think
Vibes and all?
vibes and everything.
Oh man.
Vibes and everything. I'm gonna say Frank Darby. Diggs away. He says way over 2,600 yards. Ritter will be at 3,500. Wow, 3,500. If Ritter gets 3,500, I'm more than happy with that. D. Lawton says he feels like he's gonna get that 3,000. Dre, he says no. He says he don't see it happening. Tony Wright, he agrees. Mafia says over. Red Swarm's in here. He says Red Swarm says over. Mafia, your boy DZ, they says over. JJ the Great says one easy in the Kobe Bryant voice. Our Angel says one. Hopeful says I can't get enough of Ritter saying, "Oh man," in the press conferences. Oh man, not again. Oh man. Ben Quavy says he don't see it happening. Murgod, he says yes, one all day. Eric Allen says one. Our Angel says one. Why not? Judy says one. You can see him getting those 3,000 yards. 330 says one. Too many weapons not to. Red Swarm says 3,800. Ain't nothing wrong with that. QG Greer says one. Tony Wright says Desmond Ritter 3,800 yards, maybe more. Smitty says I'll go for 3,300. For Ritter one. Ravage ATL. He came down off of the gallon of margaritas. He says one. Tyler Beard. So I mean, it looks like a few people, like a handful of people. ATL Skate Man says he don't see it happening. Hopeful sees it happening. Molly Mall, he just has hate in his heart. He says two. It's about to get ugly for the Falcons this year in the Pizza Superdome. Ed Mitchell, he says one. So I mean. Keith No Sweat's in here. How about that? Keith
No Sweat?
Keith No Sweat. Rico Walker. They all say one. Smitty says I picked a low number because the run game would be amazing. 180 plus yards per game. And if we get 180 yards rushing per game, that's going to be pretty impressive. Now, just a quick note for the coaching staff, something that I've seen whenever Arthur Smith had his interview on Thursday when we were out there, which was a very, very hot day. You could have fried an egg on my back. It was so hot out there. Arthur Smith, he did an interview with 92.9 The Game, and he said, he was like, well, look, I think we're going to be explosive. If you could look at what we did in Tennessee, we were pretty doggone explosive. Now, granted, y'all remember what I said on Thursday. I said, hey, that's like the aunt who, whenever people say, hey, man, we want a good potato salad. And she said, oh, well, yeah, my potato salad's the best whenever she puts raisins in it. So, what?
I just watched this video on YouTube where they had people trying to recreate potato salad. Somebody made it out of sweet potatoes.
What?
Exactly. So when you said that, and another person had blueberries in their vegan potato salad. In the vegan potato. So I'm yeah. So when you said that, I just had
sweet potatoes and blueberries.
Yes. Yes. So, oh my God.
Man, that made me want to stop the show. I don't even eat potato salad like
No,
that.
you don't even like it.
Sweet potatoes?
Yes. Sweet potatoes in the potato salad.
God, boy. Oh, anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
But basically, it's like, hey, I mean, we were pretty explosive then, right? And you see everybody was like, nobody wouldn't say nothing. I was sitting there like, oh, okay. 'Cause I was like right in the front. I was like, oh, okay, coach. I mean, look, ain't nothing wrong with, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but look, his offense did get A.J. Brown a super contract. His offense did get Derrick Henry. It made him the highest paid running back in the league. You know, it got Jonnu Smith paid. So, I mean, we can say that there was some success in his offense. But whenever we think explosive, I think we just think about it in a different way than the technical way. We look at it as fans. You know, we watch Patrick Mahomes just air that thing out. You know, we watch Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow air that thing out. Meanwhile, the definition of an explosive play in the NFL is 20-plus yards. So, based off of that definition, I could definitely see us getting a lot of 20-yard plays in this offense. If you get a 20-yard play, most of the time you're pretty solid. You got a pretty solid chance of getting in field goal range. So, I mean, I'm not even mad at it. Now, it might not be the whole 9 routes. I'm just throwing that thing up in the air 60 yards. It might not be, that might not be the case. It might be a little bit different. But at the end of the day, you're still getting the explosive plays. Isaac Crime says, what do Falcons do? What do Falcons do, Coach Ronnie?
Rise up, Falcons, rise up. I love that commercial.
Oh, man. Coach Smith said Darby plays special teams as well. That is true. That is true. Dixon Wade says, shout out to Drake London for playing catch with the kids prior to practice starting. He always the first player on the field each practice. And I love that he is out there first. Yes, you got it. You can tell he definitely takes it serious. Ed says, balanced offense, so I can see him ending right at 3,000 yards. Yeah, I mean, I think he's good for 3,000 yards. Like I said, if you don't get 3,000 yards, you know, we got to figure some things out. Mafi, thank you so much. Adi Ogundeji, I definitely think he might be out the door. You know, Adi, if you're watching this, I hope that you make it, but Adi Ogundeji, it might be tough. Shouts out to Winston up in here, man. Much love to my brother Winston, man. I ain't talked to you in a minute, bro. We're going to have to see if we can link up sometime or another with old Uncle Steve and see what they talking about. Mobby says, I've been hearing some great things about Zach Harrison. Zach Harrison got another sack on Saturday, guys. These guys are getting sacks. Once again, these are non-contact drills. He just moves so fast. He moves so fast and he has great anticipation. I've heard so many people say that he's going to produce so much more in the NFL opposed to college football. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing, especially with the guy's size and his just raw athleticism. Zach Harrison is going to be that steal years from now where we're going to be like, man, yeah, I remember we got Zach Harrison late in the draft and he should have been a first-round pick. Can't beat it. Angel says, I can't wait to see the Benz in person. I'm from Texas, and I'm ready for September the 10th. Let's rise up, baby. Hashtag first time in ATL section 115. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I told him to find us at the game.
Make sure that you find us. We're going to be there live in full effect.
I'm good with that one.
Oh, man. James Shank says one. So you can see Desmond Ritter going over 1,000 yards. 3,000 yards. That's what Coach Ron said. Yeah, come find us at the game. We would definitely love to meet you. I met Emmanuel Brown at training camp. Shouts out to Emmanuel Brown, man. Much love to him. Emmanuel Brown says one, easy in Kobe Bryant voice, easy. Body bag him says no key sweat fire. Now, one thing that we do have to acknowledge is that, you know, so everybody was saying, hey, Coach, whenever we drafted Bijan Robinson, everybody was like, Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier. Some people were saying, hey, we're disrespecting Tyler Algier by saying that Bijan Robinson could do things that Tyler Algier can't do. I'm going to tell y'all something. Tyler Algier, you could tell by watching him run, and even in these non-contact practices, you can tell it's going to be one of those cases where it's just going to be too much for defenses. Whenever we came out and ran those 11 on 11s, Bijan didn't even start. Tyler Algier didn't even start. Cordell Patterson was starting. And I kind of forgot how fast Cordell Patterson was. And the crazy thing is that if you got Bijan and you got Tyler Algier, the last couple of years when we had Cordell Patterson, you could tell he kind of went down as the season went on. Like, he's one of those. He done been around. He just seen a few pecan seasons, and he kind of wore down. But now it's like you got if you got a Bijan Robinson and a Tyler Algier, it's like you can keep them fresh. You can put that fish on ice, Bo. You can keep it fresh. And now, whenever you go into December and you go into January, he has a few less miles on him, and you can go ahead and make those explosive plays that he normally makes week 1 through 7 or week 1 through 8. And I'm really, really liking that. Really, really liking that. Coach Rona says she's finishing her gallon of water. Definitely trying to stay. Hey, I told everybody on Friday, I said, hey, if y'all going to training camp on Saturday, I put it on Twitter. Y'all make sure y'all follow me on Twitter at Big Low Country. I put it on Twitter. I said, hey, y'all going out there, y'all better start drinking water today. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, on Thursday, man, boy, I was feeling bad.
Winston Thornton was asking me if I was staying hydrated. And I was like, I'm finishing my gallon.
And the crazy thing is she wasn't even out there. But she finished her gallon.
That's why I can't deal with it.
She had me drinking coconut water the night before on Friday night. And one thing,
by the way, guys, coconut water is very hydrating and it replenishes your body better than any other liquid.
It's really good for you. I think coconut water saved my life to this day. But I'm gonna tell y'all, I can't stand the taste of it. Boy, that's some nasty stuff, man. Every time, oh boy. But it makes me feel better when I drink it. But I just can't stand the taste of it. It's just so harsh. It's
subtle, guys.
It is so harsh. Look, if you drink it, all I can tell you is just get it over with. Like, don't try to drink it slow.
Oh my God.
You ready to chug? You watch the Cosby Show? Chug a lug. Chug a lug. Oh, man. ATL Focus says explosive plays are going to happen due to the Bijan effect. And I definitely agree with you. Let's see. Zio says, what in the world, Bo? Sorry I'm late, but happy to be here now. I'm definitely happy to have you. Eric Allen says he passed 700 yards in 4 games. So, yeah, over 3,000 yards. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Jay Black's in here. He agrees he's going to get that 3,000 yards. Padres in here, new season ticket holder. Says Section 109. Section 109, come holler at me. Now, you got to get through security first because, they Padre, he's a very important man. Very important man. All right, Angel says, Tyler Algier, going to make sure we don't forget through plays on the field. Yeah. Through plays on the field, he's going to make sure that we don't forget about him because, we seen what he was capable of doing last year. He runs the ball so well and he has such great vision. I remember there was this one play, whenever everybody was oohing and ahhing Bijan Robinson, where like he caught, and Smitty, he'll attest to this. Bijan Robinson, he caught like he just leaked out. He caught the ball on the sideline. It's like he stopped and looked around. And normally guys, running backs, whenever they catch that ball on the sideline, they'll just try to hit that sideline. He didn't do that. He actually cut back across the grain. Excuse me, because they were running zone. He cut back across the grain, and it's like he got on it, and everybody was like, "Ooh, man, ooh." Well, again, that's what everybody. Ooh, like I was like, hey. I was like, man, come on, y'all chill out. And I'm sitting there like, man, that was, ooh. I was like, man, that was impressive. So, I don't know if y'all had a chance yet, and I don't know if anybody new came in here, but I asked everybody, please make sure that you hit that like button. If you hit that like button for me, Coach Ronnie, she's going to be doing the dishes and the laundry all week. So make sure that you hit that like button for me. If you hit that like button for me, I can dance at your wedding one day, and it'll be one of those situations where I could do it because I'm not stressed out because I didn't have to do the dishes or the laundry.
Dang, I'm not going to have time to do anything else this week then if I'm doing dishes and laundry.
Anything else like what?
Like anything.
I'll do dishes and laundry. Don't worry about that, baby. This one says, I can't drink coconut water either, Big Low. That's just some nasty stuff. Man, that's what I'm saying. Coconut water and that. Mala agrees. That coconut water nasty, man.
Oh my God.
Man, yeah, Thursday was a scorcher. Oh, appreciate that, Smitty. Much love to you, man. Much love to you. You stay safe, big bro. Yeah, Thursday was a scorcher. Yeah, I can't do that coconut water. I can't do it, Coach Roddy. I know you made me drink it, but it's tough. It's tough. I can't do it. Now, another question that we have to ask, because I know everybody's asking about the, what's up, baby?
Cortez Sherman, he said that his wife is from the Bahamas.
Uh-huh.
And loves coconut water.
Sure enough.
He said, I tell her it tastes like backwash water, and she's like, you haven't had it from a real coconut.
It's worse. I tried it.
It's worse. It actually is.
It's worse. I tried it. You remember we were in Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah, we were in Fort Lauderdale.
And you were like, oh, I want that coconut water.
It looks so good.
It looks good.
The presentation is beautiful.
I know it.
But the,
yeah. I like
it's warm.
Yeah, it was warm too.
Warm.
I like, get this pea water away from me. I like, get this pea water. It was warm. I like, ugh. I like, did we watch him cut that thing open?
Yes, that was a part of the presentation.
I just making sure. All right, give me another one.
He shook it, turned around, and gave it.
Like, wait a minute. Oh man. Oh man. Keynote Sweat says that Mac Hollins is his breakout player. Mac Hollins is the guy that's gonna do it for him this year. Our agent says coconut pea water. Yeah, I can't do that.
Don't do that. Coconut water is good for you.
My boss says coconut water tastes like vomit juice.
Oh my God.
They said coconut is coconut water is coconut pea. That's what it is.
Oh my God.
This way says coconut water that should only be drank if you're naked and afraid TV show. When you don't have any other water to drink for 21 days. Day 20.
30 pounds.
I can't do that coconut water, man. That's so nasty, boy. Coach Roy be like, drink it. But see, the thing is, I feel like it saved my life. Because you remember, it's like, I don't know what I had that time. I don't know if it was like E. coli or what.
You couldn't keep down liquid.
I couldn't keep down liquid. Yeah, I was getting dehydrated. That coconut water, look,
it was the only thing you could drink.
It was the only, well, I would say it was the only thing I could drink. It just made me feel. It just made me feel better.
It made your stomach feel better.
It didn't make my stomach feel better. I was just dehydrated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because at that time, I trust me, coconut water, I wouldn't be able to keep that down if I was even slightly sick. I can't keep it. It's hard to keep it down whenever I'm feeling great.
But it helped you.
Yes, it helped me.
Oh God, you still slandering it. As you're telling the story about how it helped you, you're still slandering it.
Cortez Sherman says coconut water tastes like Saint Span's tears.
I would imagine Saint Span's tears are very flavorful based on their food.
Hopeful says coconut water is great compared with blueberry potato salad.
Oh my gosh. Y'all gotta find that video. It was haunting.
Oh man, yeah, I think it was E. coli. I don't know what it was.
Been,
I lost like.
You lost a lot of weight.
I was looking like 50 Cent when he was in that movie.
Oh yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
Boy. Yeah, I was. It was looking
You
rough.
weren't looking like that.
Huh?
You weren't looking like that.
That's how I felt. I felt like I was looking like that. Tyler says I add water flavoring to my coconut water. It makes it. See, that would just make it worse. Like if I had some kind of flavor to it, I'm like, what is? Oh, yeah, I can't do the coconut water. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. MJ Edwards says Matt Hollins looked faster than everyone, but Scotty Miller and making AJ and Jeff look like rookies. Matt Hollins is legit looking good. He's legit looking good. Wait, my mom says R. Kelly endorsed coconut water last year. What volleyball talking about?
I guess because he's saying it tastes like pee. Wow.
The boy D said he used it for smoothies. Nah, I had it in smoothies before.
Yes,
it wasn't as bad.
Plenty of times. Yes.
It wasn't as bad. JJ Great says adding fruit to potato salad needs to be a punishable offense, and I completely agree. Now, everybody said, because everybody talked about Matt Hollins, I wanted to ask everybody who was their breakout player, because I know that Coach Padre asked me who my breakout player was this year. Who was everybody else's breakout player this year? Do you have a breakout player this year, Coach Ronnie?
No.
You don't?
You
just gonna check everything out in the preseason whenever things get a little bit more real?
Yep.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody still talk about fruit and potato salad.
I almost want to drop the link so y'all can watch it. At the end of the show, I'm going to drop the link so y'all can watch it. Because I'm telling you, I still think about that video.
That's what we do now. Yes. We suggested videos of just other random channels.
Nothing to do with what we're talking
nothing
about.
To do with sports.
But y'all got to see what I saw.
Fruit and potato salad. Like, I mean, because raisins is a fruit, right? Yeah. You know, wait.
But, I don't know. It's like a borderline fruit. This is a for real fruity fruit. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, but it says Troy Anderson, I expect big things. I expect a big year from him this year. Okay. Your boy Deezy says, I think we're going to see more from Arnold Ebiketie. I ain't mad at that. JJ the Great said, what else they put in it? Peaches?
I'm gonna put the link in the chat. I'm gonna put the link in the chat at the end of the show. Y'all gotta go watch it.
Oh man, the Dixon Way says we'll be back at training camp on Saturday on top of the hill. Please say hello if you come and be hydrated, please. Also, my breakout player was Clark Phillips, aka CP3. He is a ball hawk. Yes, Clark Phillips is legit looking good. He is legit looking. I think somebody else mentioned CP3 as well. King Landon, 23. He says Clark Phillips as well. Yeah, I can see Clark Phillips being legit breakout player. Solo says Caleb McGarry is his breakout player this year. Mafia says offense, Jonnu Smith, and defense, Zach and Arnold Ebiketie. Okay. Body Bagel says they be spinning the wheel to make their potato salad. What in the world? They be spinning the wheel to make their potato salad. That's rough right there. Padre says CP3 is mighty, but see, you're going to run across that man one day, and somebody go back. Well, if I would y'all be like, hey, Clark Phillips, he call you Mighty Mouse, and then he going to be wanting to fight you, see. Wallace says, Coach Lowe, I've been on Holler since we picked him up, and he's going to be good for us. Yeah, man, I mean, Matt Hollins, and the thing about Matt Hollins is that this offense fits him. It's the perfect scenario for him. Like, you're not going to, be trying to, you don't need 10 catches a game from him. Like, he just has to make the most out of his opportunities, and we'll be good to go. Solo says, y'all got to see that movie, Who Made the Potato Salad. You ever heard of that movie? Coach Ronald loves movies, so I'm pretty sure she's going to
might check that
She's
out.
going to check that one out. Tyler Beard says, Grant impressed me when he punched the ball out for a fumble during the regular season last year. I'm going to tell you something. Grant has been impressing me this year during training camp. With the addition of Jesse Bates, it's made Richie Grant even better. Richie Grant's been playing down in the box a little bit more. They make him interchangeable, which is, I think, is a really good thing because you don't want to give the quarterback any clues to, show who's going to be that deep safety or to show that there is a deep safety, because I've seen them play cover threes. I've seen them play cover twos. I've seen some Tampa 2. I've seen some cover fours. I've seen all types of defenses play in training camp so far. And once again, this is just training camp where, they haven't, really put anything into place. So I really feel like these coverage schemes are going to be a little bit more dynamic. Now, we all know it's a situation where you have guys, you have defenses that are a little bit more dynamic and they switch things around a lot. That opens up a possibility for having a deep play. So, if it's a situation where this safety over here thought the other safety was supposed to go back and both safeties come up, then what do you see? You see the ball flying across the air with the greatest of flair with, what is it, diamonds and dynamite in your hair. And the little movie you were watching, Matilda, what was it?
Oh, I don't even remember that.
Yeah. You just see the ball just going over your head. Like, oh, man, I thought you was supposed to go back. No, I thought you was supposed to go back. Then you see them going back to the sideline, fussing at each other. But, I mean, hopefully, they get that communication down and, we'll be good to go. Body Bagman says, bad mac and cheese because you can't mess that up.
So, it was asked in the chat by JJ the Great, what's more offensive, bad potato salad or bad mac and cheese?
Ooh, what's more offensive?
Mm-hmm.
Mac and cheese. Bad mac and cheese is more offensive because a lot more people eat mac and cheese than potato salad.
I disagree. I think bad potato salad is more offensive because people can be a little bit more experimental with mac and cheese, and it's okay. You can add some breadcrumbs, and people are like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You could add a little different type of cheese. You can make it like, like a casserole mac and cheese.
Yeah.
You can be a little bit more free with the mac and cheese. But potato salad, it needs to have the essential elements. It needs to have a very specific consistency. And it needs to have a specific flavor. And there are very clear things that cannot be added to it.
Well, hold on now. Because the thing about the mac and cheese is, just like you said, you can add a whole bunch of stuff to it. You just can't be too bad. But when that mac and cheese is bad, like, that's offensive because everybody eat it.
But I think the thing is, 9 times out of 10, people expect the mac and cheese not to be good if certain people don't make it. Like, because people can do so many different things with mac and cheese, people are automatically like, it's probably not going to be good unless, this auntie made it or my mom made it or so-and-so made it or I'm at a soul food restaurant. It's likely not going to be good. But if someone is offering potato salad, I don't care what restaurant you're in, you expect a certain standard from the potato salad that they offer.
Okay, all right, okay. We gotta take it to the chat. We gotta take it to the chat. All right. Which is more offensive? You see, this is getting serious.
We're really like dissecting.
This is getting serious. So, which is more offensive? If you feel like bad mac and cheese is more offensive, put a 3 in the chat. If you feel like bad potato salad is more offensive, put a 4 in the chat. I just, because I'm very strong on the mac and cheese. That's the staple of the plate. That's the middle of the plate. So I definitely need to know. While y'all answering that question, I'm going to go through the chat. Todd says, Bo, why nobody talking that Ritter don't throw deep? All throws dink and dunk to the sidelines. I mean, look, he took a couple of deep shots on Saturday, and, he was hitting on them. He was looking very, very accurate on Saturday. Real Talk Sports, he says Clark Phillips. JJ says, I'll start swinging if the mac and cheese is bad. Padre says, honest question. Have you picked up on much more confident? Have you picked up on how much more confident the secondary seems so far this offseason? Do you think Peepaw Peas was holding them back.
Peepaw Peas. Come on, Peepaw. You gotta go coach the game, Peepaw. The Falcons game, Peepaw.
Yeah, go Braves. I know the Falcons. Da da da. That's a Superman chat. Y'all are crazy, man. Y'all are crazy. Molly Mall says, Big Low, rumor has it that you watched the Barbie movie and cried.
We haven't seen it yet. We gotta get our pink outfits together and go see it.
What? Pink outfit?
Yes.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Coach Roy says, bad idea. It's the salad. I wanted to let people be more experimental with it. I'm saying people can be experimental, but look, it's one of those situations where, it just better not be bad. That's the thing. Like if you,
but a lot of times it is bad. A lot of people's mac and cheese is not good.
I mean, it's hard to mess up mac and cheese.
No,
though.
it's not. It's very easy to mess up mac and cheese. Some people don't even consider the baked mac and cheese the standard for mac and cheese. They like that sort of like easy mac, like watery mac and cheese is a standard for mac and cheese. No, absolutely not. It's so easy.
I hear you.
Then people use 20 different kinds of noodles.
I hear you. Now, if I feel like them shells.
Yeah, well, we like to smoke the shells.
Yeah,
The mac and cheese smoked in shells. So.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Experimental.
I hear you. Let's see. Bot whatever says, yeah, potato salad need its own ingredients. Mm-hmm. It's called the trash can. I'm saying.
I see what you did there.
Dr. Slick Dutch says potato salad so easy to make. I take offense if you do make it wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Molly Ma says put mushrooms in the mac and cheese. Like, what?
Okay.
What in the world?
Block.
Blazer's family says, Big Low, why you tell Spencer to go out looking like that last night? I ain't tell him that. They'll talk about the boxing. The boxing match.
Wow.
Oh, man. Phil 413 says the wifey should do a documentary on potato salad.
I might need to.
Oh, man. So let's see. Everybody got their votes in. So let's see. So we said 3 if you think it's the mac and cheese, and 4 if you think it's the potato salad. Aeon, he says he's just checking in. I appreciate that. All right, so let's see here. Padre, he says, potato salad is known is a known letdown unless it's from a verified source. Okay. JJ said, look where I done started. So King Landon, he says the mac and cheese. Coach Ronnie, he says potato salad. Padre says mac and cheese. Dre says mac and cheese. JJ says mac and cheese. Retro G, mac and cheese. Solo says I expect potato salad to at least be Kroger standard or better.
Yes.
If it's worse than Kroger.
Yes. Kroger is the baseline for a good potato salad.
Solo says 3. Your boy Deezy says 3 all day. Most of the time, I just skip the potato salad. That's what I'm saying. Like.
Yes, but that's not everybody. Just because you skip it,
Mafia
doesn't mean everybody skips it.
Mafia says, man, 4. Says it's that potato salad. Body Bagger says, bad mac and cheese, start a fight. That's what I'm saying.
No, it doesn't.
Keith says, mac and cheese. Ghost Pepper says, 5, bad egg salad. What world?
Oh, gosh. You can't even, You kill somebody with that.
Wait a minute, you talking about like deviled eggs?
Yeah. Like
Oh, okay. Molly Ma says 4. Says it's that potato salad. Gat Boy, he says it's the mac and cheese. Retro says, I'm cool with the store-bought potato salad, but don't try to give me no box mac and cheese. and that's it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Rico Walker says, baked beans on mac and cheese over bad potato salad. Yeah. I mean, so like we got a couple of potato salads like it being a unforgivable offense. ATL Skate Man says 3. It just can't be watery. But if you mess up the macaroni and cheese, like it's on like Donkey Kong. Dixon Way says if you use Kraft macaroni and cheese, you don't know about the real mac and cheese. If you don't use buttermilk, your mac and cheese, then you ain't had real mac and cheese.
That's what I'm saying though. Everybody makes it so many different ways. Like you have a good chance of tasting a mac and cheese that's made completely differently than you've ever tasted, and it's still good. It's still delicious. You do not have that chance with potato salad. It needs to be made a very specific standard, or it's not good.
I mean, but what I'm saying is, but the question is like, which one is a more unforgivable offense? It's like
that's why it's more unforgivable because it's a very simple standard, and if it doesn't meet that, then it's just ruined. You can do all sorts of things with the mac and cheese, and it's still good.
But the thing is that with the mac and cheese, if the mac and cheese is bad, it's like the whole event's getting called off. Like everybody going home. Like go get the kids.
Mac and cheese bad.
Exactly. Go get the kids. Go get the kids Happy Meals.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's like if the potato salad bad, it's like man, but you know, we still got other stuff. But the mac and cheese is bad. Like it's over. Like ain't no coming back from that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Hopefully said you make a good case. You make a good case.
Thank you.
Keith No Sweat says I just got a text. Mariota up in Philly throwing interceptions. So
Shocking.
I seen this report on Twitter where like this Philly reporter was like, man, Marcus Mariota's having a terrible camp.
Move on. Let's go. Move on. We're not talking about him.
He's like, it's so bad. He's making terrible throws. He said one practice he only had one good throw. The whole practice. I'm sorry.
Move on. We're done. He's not on our team. EAGLES. Where is he at? There you go.
This way says bad mac and cheese can ruin your dinner. Bad potato salad is just gonna get thrown in the trash for the raccoons. But if the macaroni and cheese bad, it's over. It's all. I'm flipping the table. If the macaroni and cheese bad.
No, you're not.
Coach Ronnie.
You're eating it.
No, I'm not.
If they ask you if you liked it, you'll be like, yeah, of course, yeah.
Hey, but so neither going. I know where you trying to. I know where you trying to get.
The potato salad, I'm eyeballing it for the consistency before I even put it on the plate. Do I see potato chunks? Do I see little pieces of relish? Is it watery? If any of those things are out of line, I'm not even scooping it on the plate. Macaroni and cheese, I'm always going to try it because it might be good.
Living the dream, EJ says, everybody got to go mac and cheese bad. Everything canceled. That's what I'm saying. It's like, that's what I'm saying. Mobby says, dang, my god brother was mad. I ate the macaroni and cheese and ate him the barbecue ribs. He told me I should have ate the ribs and left the macaroni and cheese. He almost fought me. That's what I'm saying. It's like you keep the ribs. I want a macaroni and cheese. Hopefully, Hope says I came for a training camp review, and I stayed for a culinary debate.
This is typically how the show was, especially back in the day.
Yes.
It would be
It would always go off somewhere. Like by the time we get finished, we talking about I don't know all kinds of stuff, man. That's how you know the season is upon us.
Yep.
Because things like this happen all the time. Make sure you subscribe to Big Low Country Sports, where you can talk about macaroni and cheese or potato salad. Like, make sure you subscribe to Big Low Country Sports. Definitely, man, definitely. And like my homeboy Winston said, make sure that you hit that like button. Hey, I appreciate everybody for coming on and chopping it up with us tonight. Look, have a great time. No, JJ, you know this is what makes this chat because we get together and we have a great time. Look, I appreciate everybody for coming on and chopping it up with us tonight.
I put the link in the chat for the potato salad video.
Okay,
y'all go check it out.
Oh God,
it will haunt you.
Oh God, come back, comment in this chat once you watch it and let us know what you think.
Leave a comment on the video. And let us know what you thought about.
Wait a minute, hold on. Everybody, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere before y'all leave. We got one more conversation to have.
What?
Larry from Dixon Way says, Big Low, are you a stuffing or a dressing guy?
Oh, we're not having this tonight. We're not having this tonight. We're gonna save this for another day because this is in depth. We're not doing this tonight. No, go ahead and end the show. Go ahead and end it. This is another day. I will remember this. Don't worry. This is another night.
Oh man, I'm sorry, Larry. I'm sorry.
You're not answering that question. You're not answering that. No.
Dressing. It's dressing. It's dressing all day.
All right. Go ahead and end the show. Go ahead and end the show.
Oh man, look, man. I appreciate every one of y'all for coming on, chopping it up with us. We had a great weekend, fun football-filled weekend. This was a great way to start the season off. Thank y'all so much for chopping it up with us. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. For anyone who likes to talk about football or likes to talk about potato salad and macaroni and cheese or dressing. I'm not going to say the other thing. But anyway, make sure if you're watching the show after we've gone live already, make sure that you put a What in the World Bo in the comment section. We definitely and greatly appreciate it. The pads come on tomorrow, guys. So we're going to see what's going on with it. I need y'all to stay safe. Have a healthy, productive work week. Please don't do anything that I would do. Y'all already know. Rise up. A-Town down. We ready. Take it easy.